Off the Cuff is supported by Patreon. Join today and become an honorary producer and get in-show credit on every episode. Hi everybody, and welcome to Off the Cuff. Today is going to be a real fun show because today is a copycat episode. Yeah, that's where I take a very popular food you might see from a chain restaurant or a fast food joint. In this case, it's fast food, and I make a copycat version of it, only it's usually lower in calories and a lot lower in carb. And today, I've chosen from Taco Bell the Crunchwrap. I love the Crunchwrap. It's pretty much their most popular item, and it's so portable and delicious. Yeah, I mean, you can take it anywhere. You can take it in your car, at work, at the doctor's office. Hey, don't judge. Don't judge. And it's filled with that spiced beef, the sour cream, the nacho cheese. You got the lettuce, the tomato. It's going to be delicious and really easy to make. And for the second part of the show, I'm going to show you how to make a low-carb homemade salsa. Oh yeah, and you can dip the Crunchwrap in the salsa, or you can put it on the Crunchwrap, or if you have protein chips or veggies, you can dip it in. It's going to be great. Homemade, fresh, delicious, and of course, low-carb. Okay, let's make that Crunchwrap!
Captain Buddy!
Captain Buddy, what are you doing here?
I'm here to save you, Craig.
Save me from what?
Imminent danger.
Imminent danger? In my kitchen?
Yeah, but this time it's not your food.
My food. Hey!
Remember, when Craig's in trouble, I am not slow. It's hip, 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 and away I go.
Wait a minute. That sounds really familiar.
Yeah, I say that every time I save somebody.
It's right on the tip of my tongue.
There's no need to fear.
Underdog is here. You're stealing from Underdog now?
No, I didn't steal from him. That show is 61 years old. I'm sure it's public domain by now.
Well, anyway, I appreciate your efforts, but I'm not in imminent danger.
Oh, yes, you are. I'm sure you remember my arch enemy, Thongar.
What was that?
Well, he's so powerful now when you say his name, it echoes. Go ahead, try it.
All right. Thongar. Cool.
No, not cool. Not cool at all.
I'm just trying to make a Crunchwrap, okay? Why are you shushing me?
That's the name of his new secret weapon, the Crunchwrap of Doom. Now he's got his own music, too.
The Crunchwrap of Doom?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well, he probably found out that you were making a Crunchwrap, and he thought, well, I have to destroy him.
Destroy me? Why?
Well, he's kind of insecure and childish, but you know.
I just want to make a low-carb Crunchwrap.
Don't worry, Craig. I'm here to protect you.
Protect me? No offense, Captain Buddy, but you don't have any superpowers.
You mean I don't have any superpowers yet?
Oh, wait, what's that?
Couple of swigs of my potion, and I'll have enough superpowers to take down Thongar.
You know, that's really getting annoying.
Yeah, I know. Cheers. Yeah.
Oh, what did that do?
That's just vodka just to get me started. This is the real stuff. Here we go.
What is that, a kamikaze shot?
No, this will give me laser vision.
Whoops! Oh my God, what happened?
My cat.
Oh, is he all right?
Yeah, but he has a mohawk now. Anyway, laser vision activated. Yes, now it's time for the gift of flight.
Wait a minute, that blue stuff is going to make you fly?
Oh, yeah. I feel it working. Okay, Craig, get ready. Up, and a roll!
Captain Buddy, are you okay? Captain Buddy, where are you?
I'm right here, Craig.
Wait, Where are you?
I'm right. You know what? That wasn't a flying potion. That made me invisible.
Oh, you mean nobody can see you now?
Not without an appointment.
Now what?
Well, there's only one thing to do. Here are the ingredients.
Okay, it's time to make our Copycat Crunchwrap. Here are the ingredients. 8 ounces of ground beef, 2 large low-carb tortillas, 1 packet of taco seasoning, 1/4 cup of nacho cheese, 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, 1/2 cup of shredded lettuce, and 1/4 cup of diced tomatoes. Now for the low-carb salsa. A 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, 1/2 onion, diced, 1 green pepper, diced, 1/4 cup of cilantro, 1/2 lime, juiced, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt or to taste, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper or to taste. Okay, first up, a little bit of prep. We're going to dice our lettuce and shred our tomato. I may have that mixed up. Okay, let's start off by shredding our lettuce. Yes, you can buy shredded lettuce, that's fine. I have lettuce left over, let's use it all. Let's shred it all up. I don't need that much anyway. Yeah, that's actually gonna be fine for what I need. Let's get these a lot of shards over here. Yeah, that's really, I'm only making 1 crunch wrap, so this is fine. Let's put that in the bowl. Okay, for the tomato, we only need half, really. And probably not even that much. So let's start by doing slices like this. Down here is another one. Be careful. I'm not being careful with my hands. I should be. Like that. And now, you can go straight down. Okay, and now let's dice these tomatoes. Here we are. That's gonna be more than we need. Way more. But why waste it? Into the bowl as well. There's our lettuce and tomato for our crunch wrap. Way more than we're gonna need. Okay, now we're gonna make the crunch portion of our cheese. Put out a piece of parchment paper and about a handful of your shredded cheddar. I think this is gonna be just about enough. And then we're gonna microwave it for a minute to a minute 15. We'll see how it works out. Okay, over to the microwave. We put the cheese inside on the parchment paper. On high for 1 minute. Let's see how this comes out. It should come out pretty good. They say it does. It's 30 seconds, I'm gonna check it. Oh yeah, that's all you need is 30 seconds. This is sizzling. Woo, you see all that smoke? Yeah. Okay, I wanna bring it out gently to show you. Okay, see that? It's all melted. Now we're gonna let this cool. Some of the juice is gonna get me. We'll let this cool, and when it cools, it's gonna become crispy. This is gonna be the crunch in your crunch wrap. Nice. Okay, now we're gonna do our taco meat or our crunch wrap meat. I'm gonna put in, that's 8 ounces, a half a pound. It's kind of stiff because it was in the refrigerator, but it will loosen up. Here we are. Now, you could also do this with turkey if you like, which was actually an idea of mine. But lately, I don't know, I've been on a beef kick, so I'm eating more beef. You can actually, there's no rules. You can use turkey, you can use beef, you can use pork, pulled pork maybe. You can even use goat. I don't know where goat came from. I think it was on Shop lately. You can use tofu. Okay, it's parts of it are starting to brown, which is good. That's a good time to put in some of your seasoning. So I use about 3/4 of it, maybe a little bit less. Now mix it up real good. Like I said, this whole time I have it on medium heat. I'm not going too high with it. I think this was 73-27 meat. Not exactly your low-fat meat. There's a lot of juice in here, a lot of fat. I'm going to drain that before I put it into the bowl. And the way I was taught to do it is I do it in a colander. Okay, that is, I'm turning off the heat now. That is done. Now we're going to drain it. I'll show you how we do it. Basically take the meat and put it into this strainer. You want to press just a little bit. Just get some of that juice out of there. See? Some of the fat is draining away. You don't want to press too much. If you do, you're going to dry it out. Okay, now, so this is the first tortilla. We're not going to use this. We're actually going to take a knife and we're going to carve a circle in it as best as you can, like you were making the letter O with it. And this is going to help us later. There we are. That's what you needed out of that. Beautiful. Put that to the side. It should be about the same size as the cheese, and it is. That's good. Here is our tortilla we're going to make the Crunchwrap with. Now let's take some of our meat. Obviously, you want to go in the middle. That might even be a little bit too much. But there goes the meat right there. Here's the nacho cheese. I put it in the microwave to make it a little bit looser. Now let's put it all over that meat. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Put the cheese there. Now we're going to take our crunch portion. Place it right there. It might be a little bit too big. It's okay if it's big. You can just take off the sides. Okay, that's about the good size here. Now take your sour cream, put it on top of that. Oh yeah. Now next goes your lettuce. Your shredded lettuce goes on there. And I'm going to put a few tomatoes. Why? Because I think this is getting really big. And then finally, this little piece you cut is going to go right there. Then we're going to fold. And we're going to fold. And we're going to fold. And we're going to fold again. We're going to fold it again. And fold one last time. And there we have our Crunchwrap. Now we have to brown it. Okay, I'm going to put this on medium-low heat. I'm putting this on 3, which I think would be medium on most ovens. Spraying with a little bit of oil. And I'm going to spread the oil around. Now first take the Crunchwrap, fold side down, and put it on here. I'm going to leave it there for about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, it's time to flip. There we are. Okay, and now we wait another 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll have our completed Crunchwrap. Okay, that's been 3 minutes. Let's see what we have. Wow. Look at that. Our Crunchwrap is ready. Woohoo! Okay, our Crunchwrap is done. Good news is, I have enough left over to make another one. In the meantime, you watch Food Facts. The Crunchwrap was invented by Lois Carson and was introduced to Taco Bell in 2005. Then by 2006, it was already a fixture on Taco Bell's menu. It was invented so customers could have their food on the go. In its first 6 weeks, Taco Bell sold over 51 million Crunchwraps. Yeah, no wonder it went on to become the fastest selling item in Taco Bell history. Technically, a Crunchwrap is a variation of a burrito. So, in its honor, let's look at the history of the burrito. The burrito was more than likely invented in Mexico in the 19th century, and it was created to be a one-handed portable food for travelers. See? That's where they got it from. The name burrito comes from the Spanish name burrito, which stands for little donkey. More on that coming up. There are several theories on how burritos actually got their name. One theory is that they were invented in Sonora part of Mexico that was famous for growing wheat, and that the name burrito came from the donkeys that were used in the area for travel. Another theory is it was named after the affectionate nickname burritos given to poor children by a street vendor in Juarez in the 1940s. Another popular theory is that Juan Mendez, also a street vendor in Juarez, during the Mexican Revolution, he used to wrap his food in a flour tortilla and keep them warm while riding on his donkey. The beginnings of the burrito date back to 1519, when Spanish conquistadors, I love saying that, they brought wheat to what's now known as Mexico. Prior to that, mostly corn was used by the Aztecs. Soon after, wheat became the dominant choice in Sonora and Chihuahua. And it can be assumed that some villager invented the flour tortilla, and then maybe he wrapped some meat in it, and then maybe he added some sauce and some vegetables, and you see where we're going with this. Okay, there's also a shout out to the Pueblo Indians in the American Southwest, who are also known for wrapping meat and sauce in flour tortillas. The word burrito actually appeared in an 1895 Spanish language dictionary, which described a flour tortilla wrapped with meat or some other food. Now, you remember that a theory about the street vendor in Juarez in the 1940s naming burritos? Yeah, it's most probably just a folktale. Burritos are thought to have appeared in the 1930s when migrant workers were fed burritos as they worked in California's Central Valley. That's Fresno and Stockton. The workers thought it was, well, they were just okay. But Americans loved them. Burritos were mentioned in their first U.S. publication in 1934 when a recipe for them appeared in the Mexican Cookbook. Likewise, burritos started appearing on the menus of some American restaurants in the 1930s, the first being the El Cholo Cafe in Los Angeles. It's still there. I pass this all the time. By the way, El Cholo is a Mexican term for field hand. It did take a while for burritos to hit the mainstream. It took until 1958 for them to be mentioned in the Los Angeles Times. That was actually the same year they appeared in the Oxford Dictionary. And they didn't make it to San Francisco until the 1960s. The burrito and other Mexican food were very popular with Richard M. Nixon. Well, he was a native to Southern California. He actually introduced Mexican food and the burrito to the White House during his vice presidency under Dwight D. Eisenhower. Burritos started quite simple, but soon rice, refried beans, guacamole, shredded cheese, sour cream, and vegetables became very popular fillings. The Mission Burrito was created at the El Faro restaurant in San Francisco. It was a supersized burrito that featured a large tortilla that was filled with meat, rice, beans, salsa, vegetables, and lots of other stuff. It was usually wrapped in foil to keep it warm. Legend suggests that the owner of El Faro, Fabrino Ontiveros, created a double burrito on September 26, 1961 for hungry firefighters. It was a huge hit, and the Mission-style burrito, which was named after the Mission District in San Francisco, became the American standard. In 1964, Dwayne Roberts invented the frozen burrito. It had beef, beans, and red chili powder. It was very innovative. Now frozen, burritos found their way to supermarkets and schools all across the country. And now it's time for Burrito Trivia. April 4th is National Burrito Day. When Glenn Bell started Taco Bell in 1962, burritos were on the menu. Then in 1970, burritos went nationwide when Taco Bell went public and became a national chain. The state that consumes the most burritos is Oregon. North Dakota and New Mexico are second and third. The world's biggest burrito was created in 2010 in Mexicali, Mexico as part of a festival. Look at that! It weighed 12,785 pounds and was 8,475 feet long. That's almost a mile and a half. Now for some trivia specifically about the Crunchwrap. Here's Professor Craig.
Thanks, Craig. The Crunchwrap is actually a hexagon. Yeah, that means 6 sides and 6 folds. And nature has a lot of hexagons. It has the honeycomb and the snowflake. Oh, and do you know, here's some trivia. Did you know that originally they were going to name the Crunchwrap the Mexican. That's pretty funny. That always cracks me up. The Mexican.
To this day, the Crunchwrap is the most successful product launch in Taco Bell history, and it's also their top seller even today. Not necessarily the most healthiest though. A standard Crunchwrap has 540 calories, 21 grams of fat, 1,210 grams of sodium, and 64 net carbs. Yeah, the one I'm making today is going to improve greatly in all those numbers. You wait and see. And that's Food Facts. Now we're going to make our salsa. Hey, is it just me, or does Professor Craig and Captain Buddy have the same voice? Might be a secret identity. Anyway, let's make the salsa. This is extremely easy. We just have some housekeeping to do here. We need a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, which is no problem, just chopping it up now. All right. That would definitely be a 1/4 cup. And we can put this all together because we're not separating any of it. Move that aside. Our pepper, which despite still having the tag on, it has been washed. I just forgot to take it off. And now we're gonna dice this up. There goes our diced. Some of these are bigger than others. See, my knife work? Not great, but good enough for a home cook, I think. Okay, and now for the half diced onion. Let's see how we want to do this. Cut like that. I'm doing this wrong too, by the way. Did it totally wrong, but I got it right. This is a masterclass in how to do all this wrong. But I'm still here, and so are my fingers. Okay, the first ingredient, now that I have all of this ready, is 28 ounces of diced tomatoes. I could have done this by hand, but I'm way too lazy. Into the food processor. Okay, now all the stuff I just did, the cilantro, green pepper, and onion. That goes in. 1/2 of a juiced lime. Okay. We're going to juice the lime in here. All right. All right, 1/2 of the juiced lime is in. Now, salt and pepper. And cayenne pepper. Very good. Now we pulse. We don't want to put it on mix because we want it to be chunky. We don't want it to be like a soup. Let's see how it looks. That looks like a salsa. What do you think? Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more though. Just a little bit more. Maybe 5 or 10 more. All right. Our salsa is done. Now I'm going to transfer this to a bowl and put in the refrigerator to chill. Okay, we put this into a bowl. Now we're going to cover it with plastic wrap. Put in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to get nice and chilled. Then we'll come back and we'll taste our food. And we're done. I successfully made a Copycat Crunchwrap, and I made my own homemade low-carb salsa, which I'm going to taste first. Yeah, as you saw in the picture, I adorned them with these crispy bread crackers, which are from Sweden. They're very, very, very low carb. I didn't make them, I bought them. Wow. Oh. You got a little bit of the heat from the cayenne. That sings with flavor. Great flavor. Oh. And as you saw, very low in carbs and actually a low calorie food. So salsa is very good to have when you want to lose weight because there's a lot of good things in here that are not calorie heavy. Well, I'm really looking forward to this. I did not cheat at all. I did not taste it. This will be the first time. As you saw, the carbs and calories way reduced. Feels wonderful. I can't wait. So here we go. Wow. The first thing I noticed was the meat and the nacho cheese. Really good. I didn't get a crunch yet. And the tortilla is beautifully browned. It tastes wonderful. Let's go for another. There you go. The cheese crunched. It's delicious. I got the sour cream on that one. It feels so decadent. It feels like I'm being so bad. It's hard to believe. This is not going to be high carbs, but it is not. It's cheesy. It's meaty. It's got some burn a little bit. Man, that's from the taco seasoning. This is terrific. Try this. I guarantee you and your whole family are going to love it. And that's it for this time around. I'm here again in another 2 weeks with another episode and another recipe. Until then, be well, eat good.